two young cowboys, Ennis and Jack, get a job as shepherds. They are to spend the summer on Brokeback Mountain, following a flock of sheep. Ennis is a reserved young man who grew up poor and used to a harsh life. Jack, on the contrary, is more outgoing and ambitious, dreaming of a rodeo career and a better life. At first their work seems routine and monotonous, but soon a strong friendship develops between them. They spend a lot of time together, sharing life stories and dreams of the future. One night, in the cold and solitude of the mountains, their friendship grows into something more when they find themselves in each other's arms. This unexpected event shocks both of them, making them realize that deep feelings have developed between them. After the season on the mountain ends, Ennis and Jack are forced to return to their normal lives. Ennis marries his longtime friend Alma and they have two daughters. Jack travels to Texas where he also marries Lauren, a wealthy heiress, and they have a son. Despite outward changes, neither of them can forget that summer on Brokeback Mountain and the feelings they had for each other. Several years pass and one day Jack decides to contact Ennis. They arrange to meet and this reunion reignites their passion and love. They begin to meet periodically, justifying it with fishing and hunting. However, their secret meetings become increasingly tense as they realize they cannot be together in real life. While Ennis and Jack's relationship continues to grow, their family life becomes increasingly complicated. Alma begins to suspect that Ennis has something more going on with Jack than just friendship, and this leads to growing tension in their marriage. Lauren, though busy with her own affairs, also senses that Jack is not finding complete fulfillment in their married life. Jack, frustrated by his inability to live together with Ennis, begins to seek solace in other liaisons. He often suggests that Ennis leave everything and start a life together on the ranch, where they could be happy and free. However, Ennis, gripped by fear of social judgment and possible repercussions, refuses time after time. He fears that openly admitting their relationship could lead to violence and ruin their lives. As the years pass, their relationship becomes increasingly strained. Jack dreams of freedom and a life together, while Ennis continues to struggle with his inner demons and fears. They fight more and more often, and one day after a particularly difficult conversation, Jack leaves, frustrated and hurt. Time passes and they each live their own lives, but the feeling of emptiness and unrealized love does not leave them. Jack tries to find happiness in other liaisons, but it does not bring him satisfaction. Ennis becomes increasingly distant from his family and friends, alone and immersed in memories of the past. One day Ennis receives the news that Jack has been killed in an accident. This news shakes him to the core. He goes to Texas to say goodbye to Jack and perhaps scatter his ashes on Brokeback Mountain. However, he meets resistance from Jack's father, who condemns their relationship and refuses to fulfill his son's last request. At Jack's parents' house, Ennis finds an old shirt that Jack has kept from their first summer on the mountain. It touches Ennis to the core, and he realizes that Jack truly loved him and kept the memory of their relationship throughout the years. He takes the shirt with him as the only thing left of their love. Back home, Ennis keeps the shirt in his closet along with a postcard of Brokeback Mountain as a reminder of the days when they were happy together. This becomes a symbol of his loss and the enduring love that will be with him for the rest of his life. Ennis realizes that his fears and societal norms prevented him from being with the man he truly loved. The story ends with Ennis alone, keeping the memory of Jack and their time on Brokeback Mountain in his heart. It was a bitter lesson that true love can't always be realized in life if you let fears and prejudices take over. But despite the hardships, their love remains alive in his soul, reminding him of what was and what could have been. Ennis continues to live his life, working on the ranch and seeing his daughters from time to time. He becomes more withdrawn and lonely, but never forgets Jack and their time on Brokeback Mountain. Their story remains an everlasting reminder to him that love can be beautiful and strong, but sometimes life circumstances and fears keep it from fully blossoming. From time to time, Ennis returns his thoughts to the days they were together on Brokeback Mountain and the feelings they had for each other. He realizes that he has lost not only a loved one, but also a part of himself. Their story stays with him forever, as a deep and permanent wound that he will carry with him for the rest of his life.